The Supreme Court gave presidents immunity. Legal experts say it won't extend to staffers. The Supreme Court made clear that its bombshell decision granting broad immunity to Donald Trump was intended in part to empower future presidents to make energetic and vigorous decisions without fear of criminal prosecution. Advisors working for the president, on the other hand, may want to take a beat. The controversial 6-3 decision, which drew sharp dissents from the court's liberal justices and barbed criticism from President Joe Biden, provides no added legal protection for the vast apparatus of advisors and senior staff who carry out the president's directives, from setting up a phone call in the Oval Office to orchestrating a military strike. That dynamic could complicate the relationship between future presidents and staff, creating an imbalance between an executive who is now widely shielded from prosecution and advisors who have virtually no protection for illegal acts at all. It could also create a line of defense against a president pushing the boundaries of legality. Usually, the president and the staff are aligned in not wanting to commit crimes, said Neil Eggleston, a veteran attorney who served as White House counsel in the Obama administration. But if you have a corrupt president and you are staff, you have to think to yourself, am I going to get dragged into something the president won't be prosecuted for, but I can be? How White House aides and other senior officials think about that question could prove especially important if Trump wins re-election in November. The presumptive GOP nominee has promised to usher in an unprecedented transformation of the government and sweep out the sort of institutionalists who sometimes stood in his way at pivotal moments during his first term. Writing for the court's conservative wing, Chief Justice John Roberts stressed that future presidents will enjoy absolute immunity for core constitutional activities and presumptive immunity for a wider range of presidential functions. Roberts said there was no immunity for unofficial actions that Trump took as a private citizen or political candidate. The case was focused exclusively on the president. I don't think this case is going to give any immunity to anybody else other than the president, said Richard Painter, a former White House ethics lawyer for President George W. Bush and Trump critic who is also a law professor at the University of Minnesota. This puts the White House staff in a really bad situation. Yet the Supreme Court's decision said a president's power to pardon is entitled to absolute immunity from criminal prosecution. Experts said that would appear to include the ability to pardon an aide who carried out an illegal directive on his behalf. Whether the immunity decision could have any effect in pending cases involving former administration aides could soon become clear. A number of former Trump aides, Chal.